Hello. Oh, sorry. I just got back in this room. So I am still setting myself up for this stream. But we are live. Dreamcast is on. Oh no, the Dreamcast was off just long enough. I don't know why it keeps doing this because I definitely changed the batteries in this VMU. This is the VMU I changed the batteries in, right? Yeah, I have to fix it for daylight savings time. Okay. Anyway, hi, this is Blue Rogue Reservoir. Sorry I'm an hour later than usual, but had the in-laws over, so, you know, sometimes you just gotta do family stuff. 20 and 11. Okay. So yeah, welcome. This is Blue Rogue Reservoir. I am your host, the Blue Rogue. It is Sunday, which means time for some Skies of Arcadia. On my special Sunday stream, which I like to call Sundays of Arcadia. Yeah, I'm a nerd. I really like this game if people couldn't tell. So we are picking back up. We got through the Temple of Prin. So we have a fight coming up with Recumen, the red Gigas. Started the fight last week, but obviously paused it because I was going over in stream and one of my viewers who was interested in it had to leave, so we're starting off here today, and it's gonna be fun on the bun. Of course we found it. Oh no, not Lord Galshan. What are you talking about? Oh no. Oh no. I'm having deja vu from my stream last week. Who could have ever saw this crazy twist coming? It's like the opposite of a Sailor Moon transformation sequence. How anticlimactic. Or climactic. Espionage. You tricked us! How dare you! Dang. This always hurts to read. This game does such a good job of like making you feel for the backstories of some of the enemies or bad guys. I say some of. Beliza is a very, very interesting character. She might be one of my favorite admirals too. This is bad, right? No, the glowing crystal being inserted into the pedestal in front of the temple, and then the entire place starting to shake. It's a good thing. Primo. Sorry, Nota. I know I'm disturbing your sleep by being in this chair. Whew. Let's go. We must run. Yep. Yeah, let's get out of here, maybe. Maybe a little bit. Sorta, kinda. Briefly. Meow is right. That always strikes me as one of the more interesting sound effects in this game. Spoiler alert, that's not how you sound when you run across sand. Just ask Anakin. Yeah, I went there. I went there. Oh, man. By the way, this particular track is so very close to one of the Angel Attack tracks from Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like, if that track did not directly influence this one, I would be very, very surprised. Like, that that bass line is just, it's very similar. It just builds a great tension, a great sense of urgency to a much larger threat. And always a big fan if I'm playing Skies of Arcadia or watching Evangelion, because every time I hear either one of those tracks, it makes me think of the other one. Like, bam. That's right, I'm right-handed. Take cover! Oh, man! Oh, what happened? Man, something hit it. I wonder what that could have been. And by that, I mean, I totally saw this last week before I had to end stream. Drachma's back! Saving us. Ah, such a good captain. I know, right? Oh no, don't tell me you're leaving the room, because then I have to get up now, Tug. That one already happened. I don't think they give us that raw humor again yet. Hold on, gotta let the cat out. If I start streaming and he's already there, I'll just leave him alone until he wants to leave, but if they're not in the room, then I don't have to worry about it. Yeah, she is, I was just saying earlier before, they summoned Recumen, yeah, she is... I always have a toss-up because I love the complexity of her character. De Loco is probably... I love him for his quirkiness, but I also love Gregorio, because he does his duty, but his dedication to family at the same time is just... So many good complex villains in this game. It's one of those things that really pulls you into the story. And of course, they've all got Drachma pegged already. These little brats just hooked you up with a harpoon cannon literally like within the past week, dude. Oh, I wanna... I'm keeping my mouth shut. I don't want to spoil anything for anyone.
Aye, aye.
Because I just noticed a nice piece of foreshadowing in that text right there, and I'm just gonna keep that to myself because that is way later in the game. Alright, first Gigas shoots lasers out of his head, walks on giant legs. Gonna stay up high, see what he does. Do I know what he does? I know exactly what he does. No, Mike is fast. I want her there. Just for good measure. I guess this is the most frustrating part about streaming the first Gigas battle. Like, nothing happens, so I'm just kind of sitting here watching nothing happen right away. Like, there's nothing to talk about. Like, this monster's not unleashing its attack. There we go, finally. Just have to sit there and watch him fly around. Okay. A few more hits like that, we're done for. Okay. We've got... I wish I could view everyone's MP from the ship battle thing. I can't bring a regular battle. I know. Or well, Grendel is almost as bad too. Because you can't do anything until he gets close to the canyon, so you're just kind of waiting for him to walk toward the canyon. If you've played the game before, otherwise you just fumble through it and hope you pick the right dialogue option. Twice, heal it up before. Guard. Athena prep that. Rock to get another focus. Because at some point it has to tell me to use the harpoon cannon. By the way, Sergeant Alpha, welcome. It says you're a first-time chat from viewer, so thanks for chatting. It always helps to have someone to talk to. Especially someone who's familiar with the game, like, that's a lot of fun. I stream this game every Sunday. It is a point of my channel to raise awareness about this game, so every Sunday I will be doing Sundays of Arcadia. I will play through this, I will play through Legends, I will play through the Japanese version. Like, I'm going to just keep doing it until we get that HD remake or a sequel, because it needs to happen. I don't... Legends. I'm one of those 100% people, which is why I don't know if I could do a speed run through Legends. I would just need to get everything, and that requires grinding so you can get the bounties done. It's a lot of work. Concentrate fire before it shoots the beam. I've never been interested in speedrunning. The other thing I do with my channel is I have hundreds of other games that, you know, I pick up, start, and then never finish. And so I'm trying to work my way through that reservoir. Name of the channel there, haha. Work my way through my reservoir of games slowly, so I've been at it a month. I'm working my way through the second game. 19. See, but I love this game so much, I don't think I could bring myself to try to get through it fast. I would much rather take my time, enjoy it, and not play it too much, because it's one of those games I'd never want to get sick of. I always want to come back to it and enjoy it. Exactly. I feel, well, I've one of the reasons I started this stream was I've played World of Warcraft a lot since late vanilla, and you know that's the reason I have so many unfinished games. So like I've done that thing where I go hardcore on a game and I beat it into the ground until that aspect's not fun anymore, and I know how much that sucks, and I don't want it to happen with like a game like this. It's one game, it's set in stone. They haven't given us like anything other than cameos, so there's no new content for it. So I want to keep this pristine. Okay, next turn is the one where I can actually do stuff. Hooray. $57 or 58 times. Holy crap. I love this game a lot, but 57 or 58 times. That's incredible. Dang.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Well, like I said, I stream this every week, so like anyone you know who you wanna like throw my way, and they can see what this game's all about. I'm also working on an overview script where I highlight like 5 aspects of the game, 5 aspects of the game that make it easily one of the best RPGs ever made. I'm writing that script now. I'm trying to finish it tomorrow, and I'd really love to get it posted on YouTube by Saturday for the 21st anniversary. Is that an Eevee Vice or a POW Vice? No, POW is purple. I love the Eevee. You could totally make that into a POW. You could take that to the next Skies of Arcadia level. Oh, I know they remade well, did they actually remake Shenmue? They did a third one. I don't know if they actually did a remake for Shenmue. But they're doing every other Sega property, including, you know, with the new Sega thing they're partnering with Microsoft for. It's like, you're talking about bringing back IPs. You got Space Channel 5 and Knights and some of these other ones on the list, but you don't have Skies of Arcadia, even though you've talked about it in the past, and you know your fans want it. Come on, Sega. Give us what we want. Heal there. I shouldn't have to heal if I knock it off balance. And I didn't see the pop-up for who subscribed, but thank you to whoever subscribed. I heard the notification, but I did not see.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
You subscribed. Hooray! Yeah. They do re-releases, but you need the remakes. It's sad. And the first Reservoir game I did was the first game my dad bought me, which was Echo Tides of Time on Genesis. And when I was looking up stuff about that, it's like apparently the creator wanted to, you know, bring that series back, or someone wanted to bring it back like fairly recently, and Sega said no. It's like, what are you doing? Stop giving us bad Sonic games when you have so many other IPs. That hurt. I got nothing! I was working at work, and I thought it was just an announcement stream. So when they announced, when they had the countdown going on the announcement stream saying when pre-orders were gonna go out live, I'm like freaking out and making sure like my stuff is all put in. Like I didn't even register this device yet because I forgot. So I'm like at work and I'm like, I don't have him registered. I don't know if I could get the same number. I was freaking out, and luckily he's a different series, so the number doesn't matter at all. I couldn't do the same number regardless. But yeah, I was at work like fighting with my internet connection on my phone while the stream's going on, making sure I can get logged in and get it pre-ordered, and fighting with the payment stuff on their website. I did get the exclusive one pre-ordered. Collector's edition number 200. I'm not gonna lift him up right now. No, the card doesn't tell me anything. And like, it's like I keep saying, like, Sega's not giving anything to us. Like, this is like the only new Skies of Arcadia merch we've really had in the past decade. It's sad. Nothing we can do. Run this ship directly into the Gigas. Yeah, that would have been the correct course of action. There's a big harpoon on the front of the ship. It'll be fine. We don't have seatbelts. I like Square Enix a lot. I really do like what they did with the Final Fantasy remake, and I love Final Fantasy XIV. But given what Square has done with some of the ports of Final Fantasy games, especially the Final Fantasy V ports for Steam and iOS, where they did that those terrible character sprites, I'm hesitant about giving Square any access to Skies of Arcadia. Like, even when Sega moved it over to the GameCube for Legends, they still completely destroyed the audio because they didn't just, they didn't convert it properly, and so the audio sounds like garbage on Dreamcast or on GameCube. So, having any other company touch it other than the original designers or creators or no, actually, everyone thinks that, but when I was doing the outline for my script, I found out it's actually how the Dreamcast it's like the audio codecs and stuff. They didn't do the conversion properly, and so it doesn't have the right type of instruments and sound effects coming through like it should. That's why you have like complete like halves of tracks missing.
Let's go.
Everyone thinks it's the mini discs, and yeah, I just found that out last week myself. It's like, oh, this is something they probably could have done right, and of course, it could be a combination. It could have, they could have did it and it sounded like garbage, and then they're like, oh, well, the mini disc, we don't have the space to fix it. That could have been it, but we may never know unless the people who did it talk about it. Magic cannon. Oh, so jealous. She can shoot me with magic. If only I could do that. I want to poison her ship. I'm just gonna point this out. Looking at Bella's airship, it almost makes me wonder if Jeff Bezos had Blue Origins design it. I didn't do anything. How come I got the bad option? I forget how much each membership is. Two options next time. Oh, I can't. That's right, I can use Increment. So let's do that. Two can play at this game. Now your Increm does nothing until you use your magic cannon to dispel my Increm because you have a magic cannon. Animated hard mode. That's see, now ideally what I would love for someone to do, and I looked around online a little bit, so I know that there are fan ROMs, but I need someone to do a Legends ROM with the original Dreamcast audio and soundtrack, replacing all of the terrible Legends music. That would be ideal. Which, if they do a remake, if they don't fix the music, I would be so angry. Oh my gosh, she can read our every move. She has the psychic magic. I know! Yeah, it's been a while since I did this battle. Nice, it's got a little bit of magic left. But see, that's the other thing. You said Final Fantasy VII Remake style, and in my brain, where one of the biggest things leading up to the remake was me unsure how much it would destroy the game when they went from the turn-based to the more ARPG battle system. Like, yeah, if they one of the best things in this game is the battle system and the customizability with the weapons and the strategy there. So like, if they were to change up the whole battle system, I would have a very big problem with it. Because the last thing we need to try to do on a controller is like controlling a ship and trying to hit them with cannons. I don't want to do that because all these cannons are coming out of the side of the ship, and that sounds like a nightmare. Yes, graphics, cinematic, music. It has been so long since I did this fight. Wow. I just messed both of those up. In front of someone who's played the game 60 times. Great. Oh, and she doesn't have Increm on her ship again yet. I don't want to use up too much. Darkness out of magic. Oh no! Darkness out of magic. So I'm sitting here watching these ships do their thing, and I'm thinking about graphics and cinematics, and my brain is cycling through all the super moves and how amazing those would look as like full HD cinematics. Oh my god. Like, even some of the enemies' attacks, like Ramirez's Silver Eclipse, like, what? That would be sick. This is the option I was thinking of. The wait and see what she does. This was the one I was thinking of. Come to a complete stop. That's why I made that mistake. Vice. Destroy her. I am almost out of magic. Come on. There we go. apologies for the squeaky chair. I'm aware of it. I will fix it. Oh no.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Ah. All right. Captain Stripe. Oh my, and the attacks like Blue Rogues and Prophecy, like even on the Dreamcast, they just make you sit there with your mouth wide open. So like, if they were done right in a remake. Oh yeah. So do you have an issue like speedrunning like on a hard mode ROM and then using a crew move and having to sit there for a full minute or whatever while your speedrun timer ticks away?
Yay!
The crew one is so good though. Like just Don popping off the champagne and spinning around like so great. Don, the only non-censored drunk in the English version. Emergency landing. I'm still trying to figure out how the heck that thing is actually burying itself. Like, it's got 4 legs. How is that motion useful? That's kind of what I was thinking, but it just looked like it was going back and forth, and it's like, that's not doing anything. Five crystals left. And I know where all of them are. Bold words, Beliza. Bold words. South Ocean. Vice, you literally live opposite a Skyrift from it. Ixtaka. I still don't know how Drachma, a man who has one metal arm attached to his body somehow unexplained, is able to replace an entire airship engine by himself in the middle of a sunny desert in this short amount of time. Oh no, the enemy is wondering how she's going to get back. You were planning on killing them, like, we're leaving you alive. Like a peasant? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Go Vice. Mysterious new engine technology activate. I still don't get. Not only did we take her engine, her ship is clearly smoking. Like, wasn't her engine damaged? Isn't that why the ship went down? Why are we taking a damaged engine? And if it's damaged and we took it, why is her ship still smoking? Yeah. Whew, I need to stop by an inn. Duh, I'm not in a battle. Top everyone all off with 1 MP. Oh, and save the game, duh. Oh wait, I got a captain's stripe too. Yeah. Oh no, I got some battle. All right. Oh, that's right, I've got a battle with Drachma back. Yes. Oh man, I'm stronger from the Temple of Prin.
Yeah.
This is gonna be great until I get into South Ocean. It'll probably be fine once I'm in South Ocean.
Serves 'em right.
$120 gold. That's a lot. Return to the little Jack. Yeah, everyone should play this game. Play, replay. Everyone needs to play Skies of Arcadia now. My only complaint about the Dreamcast version is the load times. That took too long to load 2 enemies.
Here goes.
But I've definitely even found, like, even since starting this channel, the Japanese and the English version of on the Dreamcast, like,
Go, pupil.
the encounter rate isn't that terrible. And in fact, there have been a few times where I've, like, ran around waiting to get in a battle. With how much they've bungled N64, I don't know if I'd be into it, because I don't. So the Ocarina of Time on Nintendo Switch Online, the people I follow who have actually done it have pointed out how the fog is missing. The colors are off and the fog's missing. Like, this is a game that they have ported and put out so many times on so many different systems. Even if it's a straight port, like, they've got the in-house emulators, they've done this before, and the fact that they couldn't get basic stuff like the frame rate or the fog like even close to right, and they're charging double the price. You don't even own the game. Like, it really makes me skeptical. So, no one was expecting Genesis. It's a nice addition, but they don't have GameCube. We had N64 games on the Wii. That's 2 generations ago. We had N64 ports on the DS. That's 2 handheld well, I guess if you consider the Switch a handheld, that's, yeah, still exactly 2 generations ago. Like, Nintendo is not hard. Nintendo does a lot of the same problem things that I feel that the World of Warcraft team does over at Blizzard. They hear the fans' feedback, they know what their fans want, and they specifically say, no, we don't want to do that. Why? And with Sega's other IPs, they do the same thing. But the biggest issue with Nintendo is that they don't have those games available on any other systems. Like, you have to spend the $90 for a used GameCube game if you want to play it, and it's unfortunate they don't make it available for people to play modernly. It's like, why not? People want it, they ask for it. Directly into this cyclone. Ah! Didn't work. I heard the thing for new follower. Where is... Oh, that's why it's not popping up. I moved the layer around. Someone else followed me. Thank you for following me. Now that I've moved my overlay around, maybe I can actually see that from now on. I was playing with my overlay before stream earlier because my wife says I have to make the picture bigger, but if I make my picture bigger, then I have to make the game smaller. So visually trying to figure out what I want to do with it is... that's fun. Oh no, I have Drachma back. I have to give that thing back to him. I just realized that I am heading toward the part of the game that I've played most recently. last time I picked this up was before I started streaming was about this time last year. It was Legends, and I started off, I think, at Rixus, and finished off before Esperanza. So I am heading back into territory I haven't touched in quite a while pretty soon. And by pretty soon I mean several weeks. Yeah, screw it. If I hit the loopers, I hit them. No, it ran. Man, I finally got back into the territory where Drachma doesn't one-shot everything.
That's fun.
But like that's near the end of the game. But I definitely get it, like, once you're there, like, you know you're near the end game, and, you know, you meet that one character again that I'm not going to spoil on stream. No, I was almost to the rock! So at that point, you know the end is near. I get it. I guess I have stopped there a couple times too. Or once you're done with Deep Sky, I know I've set it down there before and come back to it way later. Because it's like, I know I'm right there, and then it'll be over. No, Vice, I wanted you to attack that. Let's see what I can get with like a... I'm not gonna get a lot with like a...
Back off! Alpha Star!
Hit two of them. Ah, Bird 1456, welcome. Thank you for joining. And hey, I can actually see the animation now. I must have accidentally moved my
Over there!
the layers on my my overlay around. I definitely need to get a new mouse at some point.
Yeah!
I keep saying that, and I'm like, nah, my mouse isn't that old, and it's like, no, my mouse is 5 years old. I should probably get a new one at some point. When the button doesn't click right anymore, you should probably buy a new mouse. Okay, Vice. Let's kill this looper. Because loopers need to die. No, he took all my HP. No, don't take all my HP. Dude, these guys know Drachma's a tank. I am very excited to see like all these people naturally coming in from Twitch, like 3 natural Twitch followers on one of my Sundays of Arcadia streams. Like, thank you. It makes me happy knowing that people like this game and want to see it.
Here goes.
It is. That's why I want to raise awareness about it. Everyone needs to know about this game.
Yeah.
And, you know, I could be sitting and talking to a friend and telling them about the game, and they'll be like, that sounds amazing. And it's like, yeah. And like I was talking about before with Nintendo games, like, it's a great game.
That was fun.
It's a little hard to actually get a hold of it to play it. Wish we could do something about that. No! Isn't this the Beak Rock? No, this is the fake out Beak Rock. This is the rock that looks like the Beak Rock, but it's not. Meh. Jeez. If South Ocean keeps hitting me like this, I might actually have to splurge on another super move.
Yeah.
I might have. I need one more starting spirit. One more starting party spirit point. And then I can just lambda bursts at the beginning of battle.
Go, pupil.
Alright. Yeah, let's do this. Cool. Yes, counterattack! But it was Fina, so it's only 38 damage. I can't wait to get to Ixataka and get that Iberic Jam. I need to feed Pupil. Okay, you're gonna die, and you're gonna drop me a Moonberry. That's what you're gonna do. Carlos Fury!
Carlos Fury!
Fun fact, in the Japanese version, you cannot skip those super move cutscenes.
I'm glad everyone is okay.
You say that every Sunday, SRF9. But this time, there are other Skies of Arcadia fans watching the stream with you. You know, for me, it feels like no time has passed at all, so. I just, get in this world and I get lost in it. You missed the red Gigas, though. You missed Recumen. I started off the night with Recumen. Now you have to watch me struggle to not lose ground in South Ocean every time a battle ends. By the way, Sergeant, how fun is South Ocean to do during speedruns?
Here goes.
I would imagine not. Like, I started flying into it and I'm like, oh, I need to ask how much they enjoy South Ocean.
Yeah.
The battle will end, and every time my thumb will not be on that joystick, and I will drift back halfway from the last battle. It's not dead. It's... I need to hit this thing. No, it ran away.
That wasn't so bad.
Oh, wow. 3 followers in one stream. Gives me my tummy like the warm fuzzies. No! It did it again! Ugh. I always forget which rock is the beak rock. They all look like beaks. Oh. What? Is that strictly in the GameCube version, or is that in the Dreamcast version too? Wow, that would suck. Oh, it does it in Dreamcast too? Ah, gotcha. No, I want Fina to heal. Eventually I'll turn Fina into a tank, but I will wait until after I go over Pinta's quest a little bit before I do that. Final Fantasy IX was fun. I kind of did Final Fantasy IX the wrong way. I got it on Switch, and I was like, yeah, I'll just, you know, use some of these Switch enhancements to kind of level up quick and then, you know, play through the game and enjoy the story. And before I knew it, I was through the whole story, and I was like, oh, whoops. It's not as long of a game as you think it is.
Give me strength.
It was a good game. All the loopers ran, so it doesn't really matter. I just need to whittle these guys down. Until they absorb all my HP and don't get whittled down. These guys, their defense. Counter. Yeah, die. No, bastards.
Here goes.
Let's finish this off quick. The Cutlass Dance. Another max spirit, but not another regular spirit. Come on, Fina. You're holding my party back. One more spirit I can give Ike a Lambda Burst. Ah, the Sky Anemone. A bizarre creature that lives its entire life attached to a rock, stretching its tentacles out and waiting for prey to float by. It releases a sweet fragrance to attract fish, but larger ones have been known to endanger smaller ships. They think they smell the garba fruits, so they get close, but, you know, then the anemone attacks. Thank you for joining us and talking with me, because it's been a lot of fun to talk with yet another person who loves the game. And thanks for the follow as well. I really appreciate it. Every time I think I'm gonna hit more of those and I just don't. Counterattack, kill it, yes. Yeah. No!
Damn kids.
No! Drachma! That sucks. Now the guy at Hamachow Island's gonna say the Drachma died. That makes me sad. I like when he says that none of my characters died. It happens. Vice needs some love. How many is Razan's for? Save Vice a little bit.
Moons, give me strength.
Come on, Razan. Yeah!
Good.
With even more HP than before.
Moons, give me strength.
HPs. Magic? I guess that's another point about the random battles in this game. Like, even enemies are random. Yeah, they have their own abilities, but like, they could either cast magic that instant kills you, or they can cast magic that doesn't do a single thing. You never know when you get to a new area what the enemies are going to be able to do. No more HP absorbs. These things are like Pokemon. At this point, I have seen all 4 of their moves in one battle. They have no more tricks up their sleeve.
Give me strength. Here goes.
22. Alright, let's see how many I can finish off right here. We got half of them dead. 3 of them dead. If Weiss and Drachma can't finish this last one off, I swear. Good. We did it.
It looks like we've
That was
won.
easy.
Yeah, more green magic. Weiss can poison everyone now. Is this the beak? I can't tell. All of these rocks are shaped like beaks. To be fair, I guess that is a product of the wind current. Oh, I'm getting close to Ixtaka. We've got the green loopers finally. Of course it's the last one.
Yeah.
Alright. Another viewer. Welcome. I've had so many more people come in and check the stream out than I'm used to on Sundays. Very, very excited. A couple of followers too. Like, today has been a very good stream though. That makes me so happy. To be fair, last week was Halloween, so like, I get why people weren't watching Twitch, but I was also wearing a costume, so most people could have saw that. It's fine. I'll wear it for my Skies of Arcadia video that I'm working on to put up on the YouTubes. So that'll be up. I'm trying to get it up for the 21st anniversary on Saturday, so we will Hopefully I can get that done. Got half a script written. Just something to put out there to let people know, hey, this game, it's amazing. Here's why it's amazing. Check it out.
Cutlass Fury!
That was fun.
It was fun. Oh yeah, Fina's only 50 magic experience from being done with green. Meanwhile, I haven't touched blue magic at all. Is this the peak? Aha! A natural rock formation sculpted by the constant wind currents of South Ocean. Many a sailor's story tells of a giant bird flying south, or being attacked by a monstrous beak, but these are likely based on sightings of this rock, and every other rock in South Ocean. They just don't happen to have, you know, the black part protruding out. Oh, there we have it! Alright, and when you're in South Ocean, that's how you know you're almost there. As soon as you see the leaves sprinkling in, you're like, I'm almost through the current, almost to Ixtaka, almost done with this terrible, terrible pain that my thumb feels on this stick. Actually, no. I'm gonna try to do this right this time. Gonna hit some strategery buttons and try to knock these three all out in one turn, as long as none of them move. Well, I don't have to worry about that one at all now. Counter.
Back off. Alpha Storm.
Alpha Storm. All right, let's do this. No, Drachma, why? Oh, because I didn't equip that back onto him. I keep forgetting to equip Drachma with the hit percentage accessory. Yay. Killing them all.
That was easy.
Heck yeah, it was. Easy peasy. Ah. And so, back when I first started this playthrough on Sundays, I pulled up the map. And I was like, as I start doing stuff, this map's going to expand. And you can kind of see that happening. The grid's wider. There's more empty space around it. So as I explore the world, the map actually grows. And I always think that's a really cool aspect, because the whole thing is exploration. Like, that's the whole theme of the game. You're exploring the world. You're literally flying around the entire world throughout the course of the game. So seeing the area that you're familiar with, like, you know, centuries ago before Europeans started coming over to the American continent, like, they didn't know it was there. They had a map of Europe. They may have had a map of Asia, but, like, as you explore and the world grows, like, this is the same thing, and that's great. Like, you just kind of zoom out as you explore more things in this game, and I think that's a really clever and good way for them to handle the world map. It's not just one big map and you can see, oh yeah, I've only discovered this much, that's fine. No, it grows with you, so you don't know until you've until you physically discover that the world is round. Like, that's a thing you discover later on. So until then, you don't know when the map is gonna stop growing. You don't know that you've seen everything that you could see. It's just one of those little details that you may not even notice until halfway through the game. I think they just did a really good job with that, and I just want to take a second to talk about that. Also, landmass! We've made it! There it is! We did it! That right there is Ixtacaka. That's the whole continent, the whole land.
Yeah.
They're loopers. I'm not going to be able to do anything. Half of them are going to run. Oh, for a half second there, I thought Ico was going to get a counter. Almost. Cupel coming in for the looper kill. Yes! That's my boy. Or, that's my blob. A blue rogue and his blob.
We did it!
Wow, I've actually been talking enough on stream tonight that, like, my throat almost hurts. I'm actually excited about it.
Ooh!
I mean, realistically, on a planet that is mostly sky like this, if there were leaves blowing in the wind, they shouldn't really be noticeable unless every tree on the planet is able to hemorrhage leaves and have them regrow instantly. Like, you wouldn't be able to see noticeably leaves in such a vast open air space. It's a cool effect, but I think I just keep poking holes in this game. Oh no. I don't want to poke holes in this game. I love this game too much. Laziest discovery in the world. Most people on this world do not even know that a continent exists across South Ocean. The discovery of this lush, rich continent with a long history has demonstrated the possibility that even more unknown, undiscovered lands may await. You know, given that with the bottom bar on my stream, like, given that I now know that this language is like a 1-to-1 alphabet, like, has anyone gone through and translated all the little things everywhere like this? Because, like, clearly this map probably does say something. I could probably read this map if I wanted to, if I pulled up the alphabet again. Oh, that's a daunting task. Future playthrough, I'll do it. Future playthrough, I'll translate that kind of stuff. Or if I ever get big enough that there's a Patreon or something. Life-giving green moon is blessed the lands with fertility. Okay. The trees of Ixtacaka are not hemorrhaging leaves. They're ejaculating leaves. It's the fertility of the green moon. It's just, it gets everywhere. Sorry. It's all over the place. Everyone left stream already. Yes! Oh, some of the best images in the game. She's turning into a real air pirate. Oh.
Hey!
Aye, aye.
A battle. I got excited looking at my channel analytics again with all the followers and stuff. And by all the followers, I mean the 3 followers I had today, which is still pretty darn good. Oh no, blue enemies. What do I need for blue again? Red. Man. Wait, I have red right there. All these blue enemies. Bye-bye. No, don't run away. I haven't killed you yet. No, don't move. Like it hasn't killed you yet. No, don't put them to sleep. Good. Man, all of them move. Oh, I did get that one for 84. Dina might be confused, but she still did the right thing. Counter, yes. Darn. That's right, I only have 2 characters, effectively. No, Pupil, you should know better. It's fine. Okay. At some point, something will have to attack one of these characters. Bring them to their senses. Maybe not. Oh, Fina's good. Okay. No allies.
Here goes! Yeah. Get him!
Yeah.
We won! We won!
We did win. Hey, look at this ship. That's pretty cool. No, no more Slipara. No, he's putting me to sleep. Oh no, I was gonna heal up that time. Wait, I can heal outside of battle. Never mind.
Is it over already?
13 points away. Maybe I'll just leave Drachma is the only one who can use any blue magic. I could do that, right? Just have no one ever learn any blue magic except Drachma with rank 1. Oh, speaking of Drachma, I need... Oof. That's right. I forgot I took that off of Drachma. Drachma's been in these battles with almost no defense. Hold on. Hold on. I need to take a look at this. Drachma's been going into battle with less defense than Fina. I completely forgot I could unequip regular equipment. Whoops. So Drachma's gonna get a little bit of a boost there. There it is, the Quailhound's Claw. See, it says attack power and hit. Oh, it does have 20 hit. So would that have been better served on Drachma? Oh. For a second there, I was like, do I want to give Fina the item that boosts her attack power? No, I won't. Okay, Drachma. Your hit percentage is terrible, so you get the Quailhound's Claw. I'll keep Vice with the counter bracer, just for that extra attack. I am right on top of this place. Hey, that's that fruit that I referenced earlier in the stream. Hey, wow, look at that. Garpa fruits, a vine plant that hangs from the bottom of the continent. Its stem contains a powerful hallucinogen, and it has been used for medicinal and religious purposes through the ages. It is also commonly used in local delicacies. Cool. I founded the Garpa fruits. There are other things I can discover. But the other things I can discover are vaguely story related, so I'm tempted to just not yet. And I'm guessing, I think I can sell discovery stuff now. Oh no, I was in the menu and I didn't heal. That sucks. Oh wait, Sacrum is 6. I'm fine. No, Sacrum's 8. Like, I want to... I know what I'll do. I know exactly what I'll do. I've still got some of these tiny Sacri crystals. So, I'm just gonna do a quick band-aid job on myself. It took a while for that bird to decide what it was gonna do. And now it won't take as long because they're all faster. Good. Go Vice. Drachma, you need to heal yourself. Counter, yes! Die, Looper, die! Give me a moonberry.
Give me a moonberry.
Cool. Yeah.
Moons.
Destroy
Give me
them
strength.
all. I got 2 people asleep now, man. Stop fatiguing me. Fatigue is the debuff that it keeps me from generating spirit at the beginning of my turn with that particular character. So, like Vice would normally generate 2 spirit to the spirit gauge out of the 7 every turn, and if he's fatigued, that he doesn't generate that too. Ooh!
Here goes. Let us be thankful for our safety.
And just a heads up, since I did start stream an hour later today than I usually do because my in-laws were over, I am gonna keep it going until like 11:30 or so Eastern. So, plenty of time, lots to do. Moonstone Mountain, right? Yeah. I don't need to go here yet, though. But I found it. I like how Vice, Ika, and Fina are all like huddled together as the main trio, and they just like kind of ostracize Drachma out there. Come on, you need a counter, Ika. Hopefully I can finish some of these off. I need to crack my ankle. All I'm doing is making my chair squeak, though. Yes, there's the counter. Unfortunately, it wasn't on the looper. These tennis shoes off. Been digging into my heel a little bit. Look at, jeez, I thought I didn't give Fina the counter bracer. I gave it to Vice. Why is Fina doing all the countering? Oh no. 3 of them. And you attack the one... Oh, you both attack the one that's awake? Oh, come on. Tempting. But Fina wouldn't live through that. Fina might not make it through this.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, see, here's where we're gonna turn this around.
Moons, give me strength.
Because I'm gonna heal all these guys up. And then I'm gonna res Fina. And then we're gonna stomp you into the ground. She's already fatigued. You have no power over her.
Moons, give me strength.
Nice. Let's go. You're dead. Bye-bye. You gone.
Is it over already?
Yeah, Vice, you slept through the whole battle. That's it. There we go. First rank 6 magic. Every time, the last party member we get is the first to learn a rank 6 spell. Literally does not matter how much magic you train in the beginning of the game. Fina will always catch up. But I want to wonder. Oh, I found the Ixanas village. a tribe of women that lives on a small island in Ixataka. They are skilled and fearsome warriors. They raid nearby villages twice a year to kidnap men. The numbers of men in nearby tribes have been almost reduced to nothing. You know what that means? Snoo snoo. Futurama.
Yeah!
Meanwhile, I'm just over here flipping through all my Twitch analytics like a nerd. No, Fina needs help. I could have done that, but I was looking at my Twitch analytics like a nerd. Advise. No. Oh, Drachma! Oh! Drachma knows no green magic. He is so slow at this. He's so... 464 magic points to level Drachma's magic up. Just old guy will not learn magic. Oh, wait. Is that the black market ship? I think so. I'm pretty sure that's the iron toward, yeah, because that's the iron net up there. So I should be able to sell my discovery information. The new lands. Oh no. You found what? You must tell me where you found it. I must let the whole world know. No info to sell to the Dark Guild. But I will. Ooh, get some new ship parts. Yeah. Let's get an OG type cannon. And a torpedo there. there's nothing. It's like the floor heater does almost nothing. Like, wow, 1 magic defense. But now I have magic attack. I can actually, you know, make use of that. Well, fine. I beat him to all these discoveries. Take that, Domingo. I just discovered everything you thought you might. What up? Okay. You know what's up. Their HP's up. Oh. Did I get another moonberry yet? Or do I still have 5? Or 4? I have not gotten any moonberries to drop. Sad. Ah, that iron net. Yep. This to prevent people from coming here from the North Ocean. I want to find out about this new land. And for context, so this Valua, and here I am at the Iron Net there. So this is South Ocean, and Valua wanted to avoid people coming here through North Ocean, so that means that this area up here is the North Ocean. And since we came here clockwise through the South Ocean, I will give you just one hint about where we're gonna go after we're done with Ixtacaka. One hint. Let's see if you can guess. What? Oh, North Ocean. Maybe. We'll see. I also have no idea how in sync what I'm hearing from the game and what my microphone is inputting. I have no idea how in sync those two different audio things are. So if I sing along to music at any point and I'm completely not with it, that's why. Here we go. One of the best tracks in the game. So, back in the heyday when there were still people doing original Skies of Arcadia content before Sega, you know, completely dropped off the face of the earth on it. This was one of 2 tracks which was redone by fans on OC Remix. This is called Vortica Stomp. Someone did that, and one of the dungeon tracks was also redone. There have been a couple other remixes since. I just listened to 2 on YouTube earlier today when I was writing a script. They were really well done. But Vortica Stomp, good remix if you enjoy this track at all. Mask, body paint, and spears. Are you quit, ya? just quit, yeah. Men from the east. Now remember that map I showed y'all. What major capital is from the east and who constructed a giant net? I wonder who these men from the east could be. We totally didn't learn that Daloco was already here. The bastards! I bet there's a whole mountain of them somewhere. Hey! Ah. Oh yeah, saving the game, that's the thing I can do. Yeah, that's the thing I can really do. I'm glad I recently realigned the laser in my Dreamcast, because it would really suck to be like, to get through South Ocean or whatever, not save, and then have my game freeze or something. Oh, that's right, I can't do anything yet. No one in this village will talk to me. So I'm just gonna go do what I need to do. If I can remember which direction I need to go to do it. Wait. Cham! Hey, remember how when I was flying around we saw that ship sticking out? Who's this guy on the ship? It's a youth. This is Hans. We don't have Franz. There's no one here to pump us up. That was an SNL reference to anyone who's old enough to remember that. That was a good sketch. Or a series of sketches. Captain Sentime. Yeah! Blue Rogues! Way to, like, immediately assume that Sentime is dead. Like, he's your adoptive father. Like, what? Yeah, even though it looks like an unrefined moonstone, sort of like I got in Shrine Island, which means I would need to process it before actually using it for fuel, but let's ignore that little detail. Remember, is there? I feel like there's a chest somewhere I need to grab. Yeah! Stealing treasure from fellow Blue Rogues. He wasn't gonna use it. Look at this ship. It ain't going anywhere. The door barely works. Repair method methods and replacement parts. Hold on, there was not even a bridge on this ship. Where's the helm? How does this ship fly? Did like, it just crashed and they're like, yeah, whatever, like, we're never gonna use it again, so let's just dismantle it, but keep all the repair stuff organized and in good shape. What? There's no helm in this ship. It looks like a engine room with a schematic and that's all that's in it. Anyway, back to our regularly scheduled jungle ladder town. Mark is not in chat right now. I'm gonna be doing the ladder dance a bit. I think Mark's the only person familiar with the ladder dance. This one is not quite long enough. I mean, maybe, like, I didn't even see a spot for it, and the room in the middle of the ship had no windows. So, like, how do you even drive the ship? Alright, here we go. 22-inch chrome helm. Great. So, I'm climbing up this pole, right? And, it just makes me think of one particular reference. It's a SpongeBob reference. It's that tiny squeaking sound you get when you rub two pickles together. That's the one. No, there's no one here yet. Oh, poor cats. Ah, there I go. Oh, okay. And she's not gonna say anything to me. Huh. I wonder what this picture could be a picture of. It looks like someone in a white dress. Sacri box. Just look at the monkey. So we clearly fight the like plant, the red plant animal thing with the floating leaves. It's clearly an enemy we can encounter out in the real world. This monkey, however, is not. This monkey is literally a Hortica exclusive. We don't know why that monkey's there, but he's just gonna keep on swinging. Come on, off the ramp. I'm gonna guess, but like they went out of their way to create the model for the monkey and then use it for one town. I don't remember. Is there anything useful up here? Or is it just them telling me, oh yeah, they throw stuff in this pod? No, don't get back on the ladder. You didn't even turn around. Now that's a big vat of something. Oh, I was trying to look at this pod, but okay. I guess I looked at the giant covered one. I mean, I'm fine with. Hey, look, you can still see it down there. That's pretty cute. I mean, I technically live on a mountain covered in trees, which it could be a forest, and we don't have monkeys, so I'm pretty sure you could. That's right. This is where I need to go. Oh wait, no, there's something up this pole. Aha! Yep, and it's still hanging out over there. It's fine. This is safe. Alright. I made it to a place. It's pretty promising. Hey, look at this guy. Ah, so what you're saying is that Quatia is not responsible for your floppy disk eyebrows. Gotcha. Bellaza told you that they were there. I don't think they have hairspray here, so I mean, if they had hairspray here, then clearly Aika would be using it, but we clearly were able to see her with her hair down at the beginning of the game, so she clearly doesn't use hairspray, therefore it probably doesn't exist here. So this elder's got some sort of ancient secret. Glow rocks. To quote that Pocahontas meme, these white men are dangerous. Sensing a little bit of theme here. If I kneel before you and say please, pretty please, hard enough, maybe you'll look at me with your squinty eyes and your floppy disk eyebrows and give me some sort of hint. Some sort of vague hint that might lead me in the general sort of direction. Sacred green stone.
Uh-huh.
I will not betray you. That's just what a betrayer would say. Man, I might just have to do the ladder dance anyway. If some of these ladders are, they're not huge, but they're helpful. It's Tika Tika! Look at him flapping his little arms. So whenever I need to look at something, I just go, and then I can see it real good. This guy has floppy disks coming from his braids, maybe. Aha! A golden man to the north. In the northern sky, there's a golden man. I've been tasked. Well, I haven't been tasked with finding the golden man yet. But I know I will. Spoilers. For that thing I'm gonna do in the next 10 minutes. So if you're watching this on YouTube in the future, you can skip ahead a couple minutes because all you're gonna miss is me running through a city and climbing ladders. Yep. That's the benefit to watching the YouTube replay. Are people in this house yet? Hey, people are in houses yet. I can do things. She's so sad. She's so sad that she's trying to pet the imaginary cat next to her and can't find it. I need comfort. My son's gone. Oh no, my cat's gone too! Yeah, I can just do this now. That's what I was thinking, but I didn't want to say that because I felt like that would be a little too weird. I'm all for bringing up weird topics, but that one might cross some sort of weird line for some people. I try to keep it relatively clean and normal in my streams. I don't think I have enough fans for my followers to have been infiltrated by a furry crowd or anything yet. So I think we're good. And up here, no, I guess I have to do Moonstone Mountain first. I always look forward to the item here. Not like I need it, since, unlike Sergeant, I'm playing it on the Dreamcast, which means I could actually max Fina's stats if I wanted to. You can't do that on the GameCube. Should start doing that soon, since I did put the batteries in my VMU already. What? I forget how long ago my brother did it, but he did get Fina up to maximum health in one of his playthroughs. 9999 health on Fina. She was a tank. Oh man. You're inside a wooden boat. You shouldn't be able to smell that much. Oh no. Oh, I forgot I had to fight De Loco before the King's hideout. Like, during the ship battle? Oh. Huh. Luckily, I'm streaming and not speedrunning, so the whole point is me leaving dialogue up long enough for people to actually read. Oh! Oh man, look at that! You see what he did there? It's like he was talking about our protagonist as if our protagonist was meat and was being cooked by his flame cannon. Wow! What a complex character. I only make fun of him because De Loco is so unhinged. I still don't know if he actually has purple hair or if he's just that crazy that underneath his glass dome bubble hat he's wearing a shower cap. It could be either one. He could have purple hair or he could be wearing a shower cap. Who knows? Sorry, my mom texted me back. I only texted her, 6 hours ago. Dodge the flames and counterattack. Oh man, here we go. Ship battle. Invincible chameleon. Oh, wait, no. I've got this fancy new G-type cannon that I'm gonna put right there. No, Ika has to use Increm. Dang it. Oh, I need to get Fina with some more magic. She's capped out on green. She needs red so I can actually get Incremus. Fine. I am knocking it out of the park with this stream tonight compared to last stream. De Loco, would you say that your ship is too big to fail? Okay, I'm done with that. I need to use the harpoon cannon next turn. Let's try this. Oh no. Oh, don't get too close or I'll get burnt. So heal there. Guard there. From there, and that should give me exactly what I need to do to finish this off relatively scot-free. Harpoon cannon fire!
Harpoon cannon, fire!
Okay, not entirely finish off, but come pretty darn close. Now I just need to heal back up to full before he starts bombarding me with stuff. And hopefully I've guarded and he won't finish me off right away next turn. Yes. Go on.
I will kill you.
Man, that barely hurt. That did barely more than damage than his regular cannons. Come on, man. Wait, no, I don't want to do that. Yeah, okay. Awaiting orders. Alright, so... Okay. Should be able to finish him off this turn. If I don't, then there's something wrong.
Harpoon cannon, fire!
There we go. Everyone level. Fina! Fina finally got her other. Fina finally got her other spirit. Thanks for the tip, but I'd rather earn followers through my own merit and content. I'm not gonna buy them through a website, so, yeah, if you're just a bot spamming my thing, I'm just gonna go ahead and remove you. Like, exactly. If he doesn't say anything like a normal person would say, I'll just report him as spam or a bot account. Like, I'd much rather earn my followers, thanks, even if it does take me a while. Sorry, I'm an honest person. So if you, Lev BTW, if you don't say something normal in the next, 2 minutes, I'm just gonna... Yeah! Welcome, Mark! Do I just remove this bot? Like, do I just report it as being a bot? Is that how this works? Because I honestly don't know. I haven't had a follower bot. And this bot hasn't even followed me, so it's like... all it's doing is improving my chat numbers. So, sending malicious links. That's what I'm gonna put this down as. Trying to get me to go to bigfollowsspace.com. Quoting that exactly. Submitting the bot report. I'm just gonna let these fun sound effects go for a second. Oh my gosh, I just realized one of the things I want to do when making my Skies of Arcadia video is get footage from the game. And I just realized that I could probably get a video of this and pull a couple frames out and make a GIF if someone hasn't already, because just having a GIF of De Loco going loco, that'd be pretty fun. But a GIF wouldn't have the sound effects. Vice Captain, I think he broke his own neck. Yeah, Mark, you missed it. I fought the red Gigas already. I'm already at the next area. Like... And I got 3 new followers today. But yeah, you missed some critical story points, dude. I think all natural. I didn't recognize the usernames for any of them. So, I mean, I know Sergeant Alpha's new and a veteran Skies of Arcadia player. So, yeah, it's good. I just, I wish people had been popping in more last week when I had my costume on, like, because Sergeant Alpha, like, I have a full Gilder cosplay, like, professionally made, and you missed it last week. You missed it. Sorry. I'll be putting it on for other streams too. Last week was Halloween, so I wanted to get it on. returned from my land and forced to live in this hut. The precious stone. The legendary sacred green stone. To get that, you must go to the great Deku... Oh, wait, wrong game. Lost City of Rixus. Oh, man. Rixus is such a fun dungeon. That's all I needed to hear. Gold? Treasure? Let's go. Here we go. Here's the... Oh, no, wait. I'm wrong. I haven't gone to Moonstone Mountain yet. I'm getting ahead of myself. You know, looking at the things dangling from his hair, like, the guy in the eyebrows, they were blue, so they clearly look like floppy disks. But looking at these gold ones, I feel like they might be supposed to be bells, but obviously it's an earlier 3D game, so they just did them in 2D. But they definitely are drawn with more of a 3D texture look to them, so maybe they're supposed to be bells. Maybe I can't make fun of floppy disk eyebrow guy. Isapa is not here. I'm sorry. Your advisor is in another castle. Yeah, Moonstone Mountain! Save Isapa! Yeah, onward to Moonstone Mountain. Oh man, he's going off. And someday I'll get the lighting on his right. Come on. I was literally standing right on top of it. Oh no, I've only got 2 people viewing me right now. Perhaps, maybe. That's what I wanted to do. I need Oh man, I'm still only Vice the Admirable. Oh wait. I talked to people in Hortica already. I should have access to the weapon shop. I need to go buy the new weapons. I think I need more color behind it. Vice the Kingfisher. Oh gosh. So I listened to a couple different video game podcasts, and there's one from the Video Game History Foundation, and the game Kingfishing has been brought up a couple times, and they had one guest who they brought up the game at some point, and I guess the game came out in Russia, and it's literally called Czar Fishing. Which is hilarious. The Fisher King title is one of the GameCube version special titles, and that will be one of the small details I gloss over in my This Guy's of Arcadia video I am currently working on the script for to try to get out onto YouTube by the end of the week. Because the English release turns 21 on Saturday the 13th, so gonna try to do some content creation for that. Raise some more awareness about this game. But, yeah, Czar Fishing.
That was easy.
It's so funny that they localized the name like that. Loca juice. It's a very thinly veiled real world reference. I should be able to buy weapons now. Yeah. Oh no, Iga. That destroys my hit chance. Ixness demons. I mean, I don't have to worry about the Ixness demons. Though, I will say, I did create a Final Fantasy XIV Viera that I named Chuck Mall, and she is very tall. It just seemed like the perfect fit. I am on Sargatanas. I was originally on Goblin until they did the new data center, and my free company made the choice. So we found another free company on another server who was willing to swap mansions, and we made that transfer. I had a house, so I personally waited for the free transfers to open up, so I got that 3 million gil bonus. But now I have to get a house again. Yeah, Genova's one of those ones that has, is that one of the ones that has the crazy RP raves? I know I was seeing a couple advertisements about it last night. Dodge percent defense. Oh, that's a lot of dodge. Crystal Data Center. Ah. I definitely remember. Oh no. It might have been Fairy. I think someone was advertising from Fairy. And one other one. Why do I keep thinking it was one of the J servers? I don't know. Regardless, Preach put out a video about the RP raves, and I gotta say, like, I didn't really know that they were a thing. Adamantoise, that was the other one. Like, I didn't know that they were a thing until I saw Preach's video, and I was just blown away. I was like, I might have to do that at some point, because that sounds really, really fun, and I'm not an RP person. But it sounds really fun. Especially having an actual DJ, like, that's ridiculous. It's amazing, but ridiculous. I like the dodge, I just don't want to give up those other stats on any of those characters. Screw it. I probably won't use it anyway. Just like I'm not going to use the Dancing Arc, I'll just wait until I get the Grendel Wing and Rixus. How did you run a club in between your 60 Skies of Arcadia run-throughs? I can finally buy Razan crystals, but I already have the spell. I know it was probably easy. Well, I'm not saying running an RP mansion club is easy, but I know in the 20 years that Skies of Arcadia has been out, beating it 60 times probably isn't that bad in the long scheme of things. The long run, the grand scheme, the long scheme. Yeah. Oh, man. So, basically, how my brother found this game, it made me, him, and one of our other friends, who also ended up getting a Dreamcast, fall in love with the game. My brother got the Dreamcast because he wanted Sonic Adventure 2. And this was like right when the Game Boy Advance came out and the Dreamcast was kind of already pretty much dead or dying. So me, my dad, and my brother went out. I was getting a Game Boy Advance. My brother wanted the Dreamcast. So we hunted down a Dreamcast in Sonic Adventure 2, and I don't remember if he got it then or later on, but he got a demo disc, and the demo disc had a few different things from Skies of Arcadia, and he just fell in love with it. Like, the game, it's mostly the gameplay, and yeah, I think there was like a sample dungeon, there was a sample boss, a sample ship battle fight, and I think a sample boss fight. I know the boss fight was the blob in the catacombs. I want to say some of the regular battles might have been the rail car. That disc is in a closet at my mom's house right now, so my brother would have to dig that out at some point when he comes back to the States. We're gonna work on red magic now.
Here goes!
Over there.
You know, it's funny. So I kicked off the stream on October 5th for the 21st anniversary of Eternal Sonata. My current Reservoir game is Eternal Sonata. 21st anniversary for Eternal Arcadia. So I did 2 days of streaming that. And Leagock was the pain there, and then I like aced the Executioner. And so when I went through the English version, I'm like, okay, well, I know this is gonna be fine. And then I had the exact opposite problem. I had no issue with Leagock, and then the Executioner would just destroy. He'd get incremed and then destroy one of my characters, and I'd only have 2 guys, and I'm like, guess I need to go grind. If he gets incremed, and because
That was easy.
you obviously like Hortika is the first time I could buy a Razan crystal. Once I was able to cross through the Stone Rift and get to Maramba, off stream I grinded magic up so I could have all 4 of my characters with Razan, just so I could res, because I knew I was coming up on enemies that cast Attorney. At Piastel, I'm just. She's one of the reasons why I'm fine just focusing on showing people the base game, because it's a lot chiller. Legends it definitely adds a lot of challenge, which is good, but I mean, yeah, there's less battles, there's less random battles, but you have more, you get more experience to compensate. But it's still, when you have bosses that difficult, it feels like a grind you're forced to do. And there's enough backstory locked behind Piastel that you feel you have to do it. Which is kinda unfortunate for bonus content. It's I mean, you could go through toward the end of the game and just beat her all 4 times in a row, but then you haven't gotten all the other things that she has to offer. And you haven't done all the stuff. Yeah, I forget. Don't you have to do all the stuff with Doc to fight her? It's just, it feels like a lot more layers of things you have to do to get the full story in Legends, which, I mean, I get it's kind of a director's cut, but it's like, man, you guys, you didn't have to make it so punishing. Oh. What are we owing? That would be interesting. Ah, look at this slave labor they got going on here. Great. I mean, there's one issue I see with that. And it's the magic system. Like, would they just give her to you knowing most of the magic, or would she be like other characters where a significant portion of the magic, even if you get her later in the game, you still have to grind magic XP to unlock? And almost sort of the same with her special moves. Like, would they be super moves that she already has access to, or would she suddenly unlearn them before she joined the party? I like the idea. I see a couple issues with implementing it end game like that. But I mean, sometimes you could just do stuff like that for fun. But that could be an interesting. I mean, it's also weird because I've noticed when characters like rejoin your party and stuff, it seems like they sort of had, yeah, but when characters rejoin your party, they already have sort of a set level that they come back at, right? So, Let's get the remake announcement first. They can figure out logistics after. There are much more enjoyable aspects of the game I'd like to think about than the possibilities with Piastol. Let's think about those high-res cinematics. Don't. You're talking to an ex World of Warcraft player. Don't talk to me about systems, please. Like, too many systems. I do not want. They become problematic. Oh, okay. At this point, when you're talking about video games and the word systems comes up, it kind of gets triggering for anyone who's played retail World of Warcraft in the past 8 years. that would be ideal. And that's another video that I'm planning on doing, probably on an unrelated channel. How someone who has played the game since late vanilla has every expansion. The Frostmourne replica sword is the Scarab Lord on Classic, has the Black Harvest title on his Warlock, like the Legion Ret Pally artifact weapon appeared. Like, I've done so much in that game, so dedicated, and just a video saying how Blizzard can take someone who loves the game that much and just make them completely disinterested in it. So that's another video I'm thinking of creating and putting out there in the world, because Blizzard needs to listen to their fans. Yeah, it's I came across the video actually yesterday after that letter from the producer. Someone put a video up on YouTube. It's just Final Fantasy developers apologizing versus WoW developers apologizing. And it's like a 3-minute video, and it's just the difference. I do not know how Ian Hazzikostas has a job. Like, I have a theater background. I went to college for acting and directing, and so from a director's standpoint, I know that the director is the one who needs to have an artistic vision and steer the ship. And, like, that is not what Ian Hazzikostas has done successfully for any of his tenure as game director. And it's just painful. He seems like an intelligent guy. He's just... He comes across as the Mark Zuckerberg data Star Trek Next Generation android person, and it's just... Dude. Dude. This is not how real people think. Please think like real people. Anyway, enough of that. Mark, are you still in stream? Because I should probably end stream and raid somebody, but I don't know who to raid. And Mark likes to suggest people. SM. What's SM? Ah! Metroid Dread. I'm gonna guess SM was Super Metroid. I would love to host Metroid Dread. I won't watch it. Ooh, that's impressive. How did I get like actual like Twitch people in this channel, this stream? Wow. I would be happy to host Metroid Dread. I cannot watch it though because I still have not picked it up. Because it came out after I started this stream where 3 days a week I'm dedicated to doing these other things. Like, 2 of those days is getting through the hundreds of other games I need to finish. So Metroid Dread is on my radar, but I really don't want to spoil myself any more than I already have been from Nintendo's own trailers and announcements. I know, yeah, but I'm still learning the whole Twitch etiquette thing, so exactly. Nintendo would put like 30-second teasers up and spoil major things, so people were super upset about that. Like, come on. I just the Twitch etiquette. I know if I raid people, like I should be present to get my name out there, but at the same time, it's like I don't want to get spoiled. And my stream on Thursday, I had Mark suggested someone, and then a mature content warning came up, and I was like, oh, I haven't even considered, because I want to keep this one, you know, family friendly, upbeat, welcoming. Like, I'm trying to do this as a mental health thing too, to help better myself and really, you know, put myself out there. Just try to be more positive, clean up my language. Not that I ever curse like a sailor or anything. So when I saw a mature content warning, I'm like, oh, I need to figure some stuff out. So yeah, I guess I won't do that. If you have any other suggestions, or if he's ever playing a game that is not going to spoil an entire thing. Yeah, I'll at some point I'll probably I probably will host people with mature content. Just like do like a warning up there and stuff. I haven't set that up though. Chaotic Good Mage. Let's see what we got here. Chaotic Good Mage is live. The first time I tried to raid someone, the person who was suggested had like gone offline right before I started raiding, so we got there to an empty chat. So now I have to like double check before I do anything. Because I don't want that to happen again. That defeats the whole point. I know I don't have any huge following yet, but it's the way to get my name out there, so I guess I'm gonna send us over there. Thank you so much for the great conversation. I do Skies of Arcadia every Sunday, and I do Reservoir Games on Tuesdays and Thursdays. I probably will do a Skies of Arcadia on Saturday evening, because it'll be the 21st anniversary. So yeah, thanks for joining, and I'm gonna start this raid. E.
Plus versions of it. Little boost. What happened? Oh, wait, no. I don't want to do that. Wait, hold on a second. Blue Rogue Reservoir? Welcome, Raiders! First of all, Blue Rogue Reservoir is a fantastic name. Real quick, I have something.
Uh-oh.
I have something for you.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
1 second here. Oh, you play Skies of Arcadia? I kind of figured. Like, with a name like that. Hold on a second. There it is. I found it. I found it. Are you a blue rogue? Alright, hold on a second. Baja Blast Brandon says I should get Baja Blasted. So let's go ahead and open this up. There it is. Cracking up in a cold one. Oh, sorry, not really a cold one. At 10:40. So. There we go. I actually played Skies of Arcadia, I think last November, December, and I think we ran it into, January, February. It's kind of one of my major things. Well, it's a good thing to do.